All right, we rolling. I'll open up. All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. The bottom to the apostle, elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, whoever may be listening. This the branch of. Hold on. I don't know which one is the brother. Let me kick this one out real quick. All right, Con. This is the Gary Branch of Great Millstone coming to you with another lesson. The title of this lesson gonna be Esau's Lair will be destroyed. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. We're gonna start off with Obadiah verse 10. Matter of fact, we can start at verse 9.
I'll read it.
Back it up. Con. You can just get straight to the point, verse 10.
Obadiah 1:10 reads, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
Yeah, this is the judgment, if you read prior to that, it goes into Esau. This is the book of pretty much Esau's judgment, So this will be the judgment of Esau Edom because he touched the eye, the apple of the Lord's eye, and that's the Israelites, the 12 tribes, they're scattered across the four corners of the earth, And let me know if y'all got any precepts too. I probably already have them up there, but just let me know.
God.
We could get let's see what I'm gonna start with. We get Sirach 10. I'm gonna start at.
Hey, you should since you saying you going to that Lair and that Obadiah, you should have hit 4.
We can scroll up to that.
Cause it's going right into what you were just saying. Really, you could hit 3 then for
3.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Obadiah 1 and 3. You finna say something now?
No, you got it, bro.
Okay. Obadiah verse 3. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right.
Thou, you got it.
It says, the habitation of that heart is high. Who shall bring me down? They've had the mindset that they sit a widow and I see no sorrow. Then they also think that the Lord is one with them because they haven't been punished for none of the wickedness that they're doing. Right? Nobody's been able to take them down. Nobody's been able to tell them anything. So that pride have got them into this mindset that I'm what's it called? One is the Lord. Pretty much they think themselves to be a god.
Yeah, because they call themselves. They used to be called a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
And so like power is one thing, but to call yourself superpower, that you're putting yourself on a high pedestal there.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I'm getting that precept for the brother that he just quoted. Psalms 50 and 21. Damn, I don't know what happened. Okay, there we go. It says, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
So all reality, the Lord was just letting you play it out, man. He was letting you build up your debt. But it says that what's it called? Your wickedness have what? Touched the pretty much the heavens floor, roughly paraphrasing. Y'all know the priest I'm talking about?
Repeat that one more time.
Pretty much how they wickedness have pretty much touched the heavens floors.
How I can get that.
So pretty much all of that, he's been letting you build up that debt, but now it's getting to a point the Lord is tired. He's tired of seeing you rule. He's tired of letting this thing play on. So now he's speeding up the times so prophecy can be fulfilled. And he's about to come down and show you what's it called? His full glory in that power and bring you down. Right? The brother said Esau's lair will be destroyed. We're starting to see it be destroyed from the inside because he said, I will destroy you with the mouth of my voice. Understanding that's the prophets in this word that's bringing you down brick by brick, the same way it did it in the book of Joshua when they had went around the walls of Jericho, right? It's the same thing. So the Lord is destroying you from the inside first, and then He's gonna come and actually destroy you altogether.
This is Revelations 18 verse 4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities."
Right. So your debt has built up so much, it's time for you to have to pay that tab, man. Right? You're starting to see all of these different nations get riled up and understand that you're not what you used to be. And now they finna jump you all through the power of the Lord, man. And He's gonna come back and get out the killing blow.
Hey, the Lord is gonna show them, but all these nations are just men, and specifically Edom.
Yep. Reset.
Kyle, let me get this real quick, and I got you. Just to back you up, you saying, sins, Babylon's sins have reached into the heavens. It says, Psalms 9 and 12 says, "When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble." And who is the humble? That's the Israelites. That's the Lord's, people. His elect. So it says he make inquisition for blood. So he pretty much making, inquiry or an investigation of what's going on, to his people. And he quickly found out, ever since the beginning, what came, that bloodline, it kept coming back, and destroying his people. What you got out?
Isaiah 47 at verse 1.
That's the story I had that in here. Let me find that real quick.
Actually, but before you get that, finish that Obadiah 4. So we can go ahead and get out of that.
Obadiah 4, verse 4 says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua."
And that's double fold. Though you have this, was it the sixth branch of the military? What is it, the Space Force? Though you have all your satellites in there, though you think that you're this big power, the Lord's going to show you that you're nothing like nothing but a man, like the brother Kanai has said, man. He's going to be the one to bring you down, man. You keep saying who's going to bring me down? Who can stop me? The Lord's going to stop you, right?
Yeah, and it's the Lord's bringing them down through their own works.
Mm-hmm.
He invented all this technology and weaponry, and he thought it was gonna be for his own good. But that's what's gonna lead to his destruction. The very things he created, because the Lord put it on his mind to create those things.
Mm-hmm. What it say? He that diggeth the ditch shall fall therein.
Mm-hmm.
What's your precept? I got one after that.
That Isaiah 47:1.
Oh yeah, Let me get this real quick. This one. Craft here. There we go. Isaiah 47 and 1. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
And that's mighty, because what it says, hell underneath has moved to meet thee. All right. So you finna go back to the state that you was always meant to be at, man. The bottom. You are the bottom of bottoms. The the epitome of a beast man. Right. So the Lord's finna show that what's it called? You're nothing but a man. He's about to, what's it called? Show all your dirty, dark secrets and expose you for the what's it called? Wickedness, the wicked man that you are. right? No longer being called tender and delicate because nobody has touched you. So now the Lord's gonna come and touch you, man.
Hey, Kanye, the Lord said, he created the wicked for the day of evil.
Mm-hmm.
Hatred just breeds more hatred. So that's what he put out, and he sent to all these other nations, and so they have it right back towards them.
Con.
And so, like the medicine that he been dishing out he's gonna get a taste of his own medicine from those other nations.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they have a weapon and technology as well, and experience.
Yep.
Experience. In warfare. Hey, that's Esau, man. He's the harbinger of war.
Mm-hmm.
Con.
Say he's the border of wickedness. And it's mighty because the Lord, it says, for your days of sin on throne have ended. Right. So the Lord has set bounds that you cannot pass in that time, that your expiration date that was set from the beginning is starting to come upon you now. And you're starting to see this. That's why you're moving in haste. But it's gonna be all for naught. Going back to the weaponry that you have, you're getting all these things built up and ready, thinking that you finna do your last hoorah and be that phoenix rising from the ashes. But you're gonna be nothing but stubble at the end of the day.
Kind
To continue on with Isaiah 47, verse 2, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
yeah. So the Lord is exposing them.
Mm-hmm.
He's exposing them, and also he's stripping away their power that they once had. They this nation isn't gonna be looked at as not so mighty anymore.
Yep.
If
They
I could,
never were, if you ask me.
yeah, if I could say too, all their secrets are being exposed, and that's through via the prophets first and foremost, but also in the book of Psalms, it says that his tongue shall fall upon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like I was going into, all their secrets, all their dirty secrets, all their wickedness is coming to public view, and that's another telltale sign that their power is shortening.
Yep.
Because when you deal in secrecy, usually it's power behind that. Having basically like the mere mortals not knowing what you're doing. Secrecy is power. There's power in secrecy, and people not knowing your your darkest tales. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they say knowledge is power,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
for a short time he had control over people. Hey, because they didn't know what he was up to. They had no idea what he was doing behind the scenes.
Con.
So he was able to manipulate and control people, however in a way he wanted to.
And if I
But
may, it's mighty because you said his own thing shall fall upon him. Right? He created the internet, but he didn't realize that it's going to be one of his downfalls. And recently, what did he create? Chat GPT. Now they've put a leash someone on Chat GPT, but when it first came out, hey, they were just getting exposed more and more. Right? So these things that you're putting out that you're using for wickedness is really the Lord is using it, what's it called, for righteousness and exposing you through your own devices.
Yeah, we got psychos running the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's what you would call the definition of a narcissist.
Con.
He's the epitome of it.
they kicked him out. At
Who?
least,
Everybody in here.
no, I thought they cut him off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I'm still here. Yeah, I got it.
Kind of, right. Quick pray to back up what Quibby was saying. Job 5 and 12, 12 and 13. It says, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So one of the ways, the Lord is, disappointing, the devices of the crafty, is by exposing what's done in the dark. He had those epiphiles come out. He has the spirit of his mouth, aka the prophets, bringing out these things in prior time, and then now having, his own people, exposing him, giving validation to what we were saying.
Con.
Yeah, it's like an omen to him.
Yep.
A sign of bad times ahead. His leadership is being under attack by the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, in many
Right?
ways,
He's
like
making them see things. He probably making them dream things. Have nightmares about losing their kingdom. He's causing things to happen in their life, or causing all their plans to get ruined.
And really, they're moving on the Lord's timing. With all these shit, with all this shit coming to pass, and well, not shit, but prophecy coming to pass, really, um, it's all in the hands of the Lord. Because, like the scriptures tell us, it's in the book of Job as well, how our our steps are already planned for us, and when we go to sleep, what I'm saying, he basically seals our instruction. So same
Hmm.
thing with the wicked. Same thing with the wicked, but on the left hand side, he's doing it for the Lord's purpose.
That's what lets you know that they're not in control. It's all, hey, the Lord is in control of everything.
Because you think with the shit that's happening right now in the Middle East, or quote unquote Middle East, how the uh, I was about to say apostle, the elder Makama always brings out, there's really no such thing as the Middle East. It's really just Asia, and that was a deception played by the devil. But with the whole Iranian conflict, all that shit is what, just eventually gonna spike up prices. Hell, we're seeing it now. Gas going up to like $4. People are kind of in the gray area, not knowing what's happening, and really, they what they're trying to look for, or they're trying to really blow off or get to a certain point, is what's it, order ab KO. That's essentially what they want, so they could bring in order, and eventually, it's
Hmm.
going to boil down to the digital dollar, and then, hey, Lord willing, by that point, establish the MOTB. But it's gradual steps that the devil has to play by, because if he don't, what I'm saying, it'll go off course.
Here, they're in their enterprise.
Hmm.
The Great Reset, the NWO. And then I had to have this technology planted in the masses of the people's mind, and in their right hand.
Well,
The MOT to the B.
it's the spirit. A brother had just posted this Jake bragging that he got the Neuralink.
that's
He said this fucking idiot, not knowing he just took the MOTB. This dude was smiling and shit, banging it up, basically praising Elon, and I'm like, wow.
if I may add to your point, in the book of Revelation 13, it called it, it said that it could do miracles. And
Hmm.
the things with Neuralink, from what we've seen, they're gonna be healing people with paralysis. They made chimps, monkeys, able to play video games at rates that's better than a normal person. So
Yeah, just
doing simple things like that, just they just trying to make it uh appealing to the public.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just using their mind.
Yep.
Like like people are able to browse the internet just with brain power. Imagine clicking on a link with your mind.
Facts.
You know, hey, this is the type of technology he's offering, man, and to deceive people into taking that mark. You know, so these people with those disabilities where they're paralyzed and they can't, move from the neck down. You know, hey, these people are searching for things like that.
Con. I got the precept to back up. Brother Yaquab saying that Esau, is on the Lord's timing. This is Job 33. Job 33 and starting at 14. It says, The Most High speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth not. In the dream and the vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. Well, their instruction. Yeah, so the Lord put these thoughts, in Esau's head, it says clear as day, as he's sleeping, So it's not in his own power that, he's doing everything. It's the Lord giving him those instructions.
Okay.
That's the Lord on the left hand side. You got to connect.
Let's go to Ezekiel 25:13.
I was already here, man.
Okay, that's the spirit.
Con. And it just says, Edom. It says, Ezekiel 25:12. That saith the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
Okay. See, and this is talking about, Edom is Babylon, aka America. So he said he will cut off from it man and beast. So this place is going to be utterly destroyed. It's going to be destroyed by, via the Lord's plagues, which is a sword, famine, plague. People are going to be, dying from getting killed, or, dying of hunger, dying of diseases. The people that in this land, man, that have, done wrong, which is uh, the other nations and the 2/3 of Israel are gonna die by these prophecies. What I'm saying, that are gonna come to pass, man, pretty soon.
Con. To add to your point, and the greatest plague of them all, is going to be that the ICBM nuclear missile. The multitude of those missiles, coming down, from these other nations. I'm gonna get verse 14 for you. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power." Okay,
And it's mighty if I may, because the Lord said he's going to use Israel as his battle axe. Those same men that he sent out to be fishers, he's going to turn them into hunters. All right, so you're going to start seeing these miracles pop off. You're going to start seeing brothers in that time get spiritual powers, right? And after that, you're gonna start seeing that New Jerusalem come out of heaven and come down, and it's gonna be harvesting day. All right.
Yeah, and you know this Esau, he's defiled the land, man, that we're living on. So it has to
Mhm.
be cleansed. It has to be cleansed of all the defilement that has taken place. You know, everything is polluted because of him.
God.
You know, he's constantly poisoning the air every day. He's poisoning the crops, you know, the soil. You know, he poisons the water. Hey, we can't even have clean bottled water, man. We can't even have store-bought water that's clean. Not even household water, you know, from your faucet.
Preset.
It's all polluted. Hey, we can't even breathe in clean air, man. This is the devil that's ruling right now. You know, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked.
I got one real quick for you.
What you got?
Um, Damn, it's in the Book of Limitations.
Limitations 4.
That's another one that I just saw, but to back up the brother,
You know,
nine.
he's defiling the minds of the people. He's defiling you know, their thoughts and causing them to do evil. He's corrupting everything in this place, man.
I got it.
You know, physically, spiritually, mentally. Hey, he's causing the animals to defile themselves, man. Yeah, I got it.
What you
Yep,
got?
it's Limitations 5 and 4, and then you can also grab Limitations 4 and 21.
You said Limitations 5 and 4.
Yeah,
It says, "We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us."
yeah. In the NLT, it reads, "We have to pay for water to drink, and even firewood is expensive." And that's the thing, bro. It's like we live in a world where water should be clean and free to drink.
Right.
Meanwhile, we
Because
gotta pay for this shit, and then it be defiled. You pay $3 for aluminum, because I literally just got from the store, uh, from aluminum bottle, thinking hopefully that should be better than plastic. But then the water, even though they claim it's spring water, God knows where it's actually coming from and how they quote unquote quote purify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they call it
yeah,
reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
he'll set up fences around the whole field and say you can't grab nothing from this. This belongs to us.
What they call it,
You
like
know,
national
something
parks.
something in a field should be free for anybody to pick or grab. You know what I mean? Say like a cornfield or or you see a field of tomatoes or something, man. People should be able to just walk by and pick up a tomato, a few tomatoes, put it in a basket, and bring it to their house and have lunch, man. But he'll sit up there and fence off something and say you can't have it. It belongs to us now.
Facts. I'm gonna get a. I'm gonna go to verse 9. I'm gonna continue on to verse 5. It says, "Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. And who was the modern day Egyptians and Assyrians? It's the so-called white man. Esau. You know, those are their modern terms as well. The Egyptians. Being because they put the whole world in subjection. You know, in servitude, and the Assyrians. Because of their military might.
Yep. And it's a spirit because what the Egyptians came down upon the or really all the tribes, but mainly what Southern Kingdom, and then the Assyrians against the Northern Kingdom.
Yep. And y'all can keep reading on. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Khan. And it said real quick in the NLT, Limitations 5 and 6, it says we submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough money, to get enough food to survive. And it said that we will eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles. So it's like we're
Yeah.
barely surviving off the meats, off the food that they provide for us. Not even getting the right amount of nutrients we need to fucking to continue on in health here. Hell, really shouldn't be any such thing as a goddamn supplement.
Yeah,
But
kind.
in this society, you have to because you know what I'm saying. Everything is nutrient deficient.
Yeah, and they strip it away on purpose, man, so we can continue to be their slaves and just be weak and weary and ready to submit.
Yep. I didn't even go to the bathroom. I'm still active. I'm just gonna wait. And you just low key, like, just made me think, like, about the supplements. Like, bro, we gotta get, you know, they pretty much, you go to the supplements, goes into replacement. You know, so they pretty much, like you were saying, they stripped out the nutrient side of the food, and now we gotta replace it with some shit that we don't even know that's really gonna work. You know, and that's
Yeah,
bullshit,
got
man.
us wasting our time, energy, and money on stuff that he's
Yep.
only that ain't even really helping us. I like that.
And that shit, like you got started with Esau's Lair's got to be destroyed. That's another reason. That's a part of the violence against his brother Jacob. You know, that's a violent act. It's a slow death.
Hey, because all the good stuff, say like minerals and stuff like that, or like foods and stuff that are better for you, all those types of things, they want to put them at a higher price. You know what I'm saying? Or like the vitamins and minerals, he don't want to give you that all that stuff, man. He wants to not let you know about it, like all these different types of herbs and things like that. He don't want
Yep.
you taking none of that healthy stuff. Hey, he don't even tell you that it exists. That
Right.
there's all kinds of cures for your illnesses and things like that, but he don't want you to know about it.
Or like
Yep.
you said, they'll put it at a fucking buku price. So Jake, the average Jake can't afford that shit. You know
Right?
what I
Because they're
mean?
they're just struggling to make ends meet.
Hmm. Or they don't in the school system they don't teach about the different herbs, and in health class we weren't learning about herbs like that,
Hell
or
nah.
or the different vitamins that we need. They might throw that in there, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah. They
it's
just
not like we actually
they
learn
they
about
give
it.
you no. Yeah, they don't go in depth to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, just a simple thing is, is like weeds around your house. Dandelions. Those got a lot of different health benefits, but they tell you get rid of the weeds that's in your garden, that's in front of your house or behind your house. You know,
Cut your grass and all that.
yeah, you cut your grass. Knowing those things can help
Or,
us.
or yeah, they and in fact they tell you not to take it. They say it's poisonous. Don't
Yep.
eat
Mm-hmm.
this, it's poisonous. But a lot of that stuff isn't poisonous. I mean, some of it might be, but like it's unnecessary for you to tell somebody something's poisonous when it's actually good for you.
Yeah,
So it's
you
all
remember?
on purpose, man. You got it.
Yeah, remember we was by Elder Shimmy's old crib. And we found that plant. You know, on face value on Google, it tells you that you know I forgot the plant was called, but in face value it says that it's poisonous. You know, but when you keep looking onto it, you know the root, you know the root of the plant, you know actually cures cancer. You
Yeah.
know, so that's just how you know they be deceiving people. And it's funny because all those plants is all around Gary. You know, they tell us you can't eat it. You know, but meanwhile it could cure something that could be a detriment to your life.
Hey, but they'll have all these forest preserves set up in their communities,
Mm-hmm.
but not ours. But they'll go around and go picking this stuff every day to bring home. To and have as groceries for their house.
Yep. I'm gonna finish this off and go to chapter 4. Lamentations 5 and 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that does deliver us out of their hand.
Yeah, because we got to remember that too. Why we're in this predicament, we went off and went a whoring after these other gods. However, that doesn't excuse Esau, Edom, because what it say while their affliction had an end along those lines. We say they forwarded the affliction. You
Yep.
know, really, because the Lord sometimes he'll make somebody do something in order just to judge them, and that's exactly what he did for Esau, Edom. Like the brother Kanai had brought out earlier, what he made the evil, or he made the wicked for the day of evil. You know, it's
Yeah, because
the you got it.
you got it, bro. It's like
No, you're good. You're good.
oh, because you mentioned when our affliction had an end. There was a time where the Lord was punishing us physically. Through them, for what we had done to the Lord by not serving Him. But now that physical punishment had been taken away from us, man. But He still continued the affliction.
Mm-hmm.
By you know afflicting us mentally and spiritually. And also still in some cases, man, there's been bands of Ku Klux Klan members and hate groups that been going around, still physically lynching Jake.
Yep.
They got even till today, man. You still got active KKK members. You still got active people going around in these what they call sundown towns. Killing Jake. When nightfall comes and they see Jake in their community, they probably convince them to go somewhere with him, or if they're just caught in a certain area, they take him and kill him, man.
Where'd you want me to
I
start?
still there.
What'd you say?
I was just saying, was y'all still there?
Yeah. We was waiting for you to
Okay.
finish.
Yeah, I got it.
Go down to just go to point 21.
If I may, I'm gonna start off 17.
You got it.
Limitations 4 and 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain hope, and our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are filled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils be anointed of the Lord was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. Cup also shall pass through unto thee, though Shalaki thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Yeah, hey, it says our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven. And that's their symbol. They have what do they have, like an eagle with a worm, with worms in his mouth, with his wings spread open.
I don't know, is it that or a snake? I think it might be that.
Huh?
I was saying it was either that or a snake. I can't remember, but I think it might be
Oh
a
yeah,
worm.
snake. Yeah, you might be right. It's probably a snake. This is one of their symbols, man, that represents a America. It said, hey, they shall also be drunken, man. They gonna receive the curses, man. All right, hey, they're being exposed for being the wicked, man, because they put on this good, um, they put on this image like they're such a righteous nation, man, but they're just as evil as can be. All right, but now they're being exposed. Hey, it's to where, like, even, like, Americans, so-called Americans, don't look at this nation the way they used to anymore, man.
Yeah, they got disdain for they got disdain for this place. And how it was brought up.
Hey, yeah, they used to be like very proud to call themselves American. Hey, but now they see all this stuff that is happening in the news with all the politicians and presidents and shit, and now that they're, what I'm saying, now they're starting to reconsider, what I'm saying, what this nation is about.
Yep.
Hey, they couldn't see it because like we said, man, he had all these people blind, man, and that's including the people of their own nation. Yeah, I got it.
Uh, I get like 2 more precepts, but I don't know if y'all had anything.
Mm,
Uh, Give me 1 second. We'll go back into Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel 35 and 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. So this is a judgment for y'all, which is going to go into it. Since you have not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. You kept shedding the blood of, a Jake, the Lord's people. So it's only right, that that you be recompensed for that.
okay. You got Isaiah 63
Yep.
from the top.
And the title of it is God's vengeance on the nations. And the main nation that he's gonna have vengeance on is Edom.
Ouch.
Isaiah 63 and 1.
You good, right?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. I just banged my elbow on the bed.
I thought that was an ad lib, but
Ouch for Edom. God.
Isaiah
Yeah,
63 and 1. You just say something?
yeah, they're gonna feel the Lord's wrath.
God.
Facts. Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
All right, so the one that cometh from Edom is Yahweh Shai, and his garments is gonna be bloody, man, from destroying the nation of Edom. You know, and he's gonna be mighty to save the children of Israel out of their oppression. Under the oppressor, man.
Mm-hmm.
AKA the white devil, the red devil, Esau.
Continuing on. Verse 2. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Red is the
I have.
color of blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody is making wine, they would stomp on grapes,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever, what I'm saying, they was wearing, let's say if they had white on, that white garment wouldn't be white anymore.
Yep. It'll be dyed.
Parts of that garment would be red, or a
Yeah.
deep red.
Like crimson.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
You
3.
spill wine on a white shirt. It almost ruins the shirt to where you can't even really get it all the way clean.
Right.
I mean, now you probably got things like that'll actually clean it off now. But back then, it was very hard to clean. Yeah, I got it.
Verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
Yeah, so the heathen are gonna be the grapes that
Ju-
that he's stomping on. You know,
If I may, this links so with that Revelations 14 going into blood up to the horse's bridle. All right, it's gonna be a great slaughter in that day.
uh,
Verse 4. But the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me,
Mm.
and my fury is up. So like in my fury, it upheld me. Somebody said something?
Uh-uh.
God. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength and the earth. It's like it to the earth, you know.
because they're gonna be partakers of the Lord's wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're gonna drink of the Lord's indignation, the cup of His indignation, without mixture. You know, they're gonna get it straight. You know, it's gonna be rough for them. You know, the Lord is gonna bring a real harsh judgment to this place. Hey, for all the evils and atrocities and the genocide that they've been doing, you know, he's really in over his head, and you know, like what all he's done, man. He's in great danger, man. He's in trouble.
He's cooked.
Hey, because you know he what is it when he said you know, he toucheth the apple of the Lord's eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the nation of Israel, man. He made the Lord very angry when he did that, man. You know, by them afflicting Israel, man. You know, they made the Lord very upset because that's the Lord's chosen nation, man. You know, imagine you had children and you saw somebody grown up bullying your child, man. Man, you would beat that person half to death, man. Yeah, I got it.
If nobody had anything, we can end off with this Revelation 18. Start at verse 1. The title was Babylon is Fallen. It says, verse 1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You know, so Babylon, you know, America is going to be a desert. You know, it's going to be a habitation, of birds, like desert creatures. You know, and you know, for example, like vultures and shit like that. You know, it's not going to be a place, inhabited anymore. You know, but
You know, because
somebody
all
said,
these, it says, is becoming a habitation of devils because, you know, what do devils come to do? They come to destroy things. They come to mess up shit.
Hmm.
You know, so this is gonna be, you know, where all these evils happen is where demons cause all this evil to happen. You know, you hear of great nations and shit like that. But while these nations were in their power, man, they was operating with demons, man.
Con.
It'll be like, like the you stumble upon like the old Wild West, and then you see those what they call ghost towns. They call them ghost towns.
Mm-hmm.
And some people walk in there and then they say they see the spirits of bartenders and shit, or outlaws and shit.
Them saloons.
Hey, but those are nothing but demons that they saw in there. you know, I'm not saying that's what this is gonna be like, but that's pretty much like a good comparison, though.
It's gonna be empty.
Hey, yeah,
Continue on.
because hey, things. The Lord don't destroy things that are righteous, man. He destroys things that are wicked.
Con.
You got it.
You finna say something? What?
No, I was just saying con.
Bad, bad, bad. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, so if I may say, all these different nations, they are in bed, with America. It's an echo. Yeah, but like I said, all these different nations, they're in bed with, with America. They do trade with America, as well as, it said, for the nation that have drunk of her wine, they got drunk off her philosophies, democracy, the Mo agenda, the monetary systems, doing things, with the oil, you know, they all come to Babylon, to make merchandise, especially off of Jake, the entertainment uh, uh, industry, you know, you look at sports and shit like that, they all make money off the backs of Jake, as well as trafficking. If you catch my drift. Verse
Right.
4, you got it.
No, you got it, bro. You got it.
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward
Kind
her."
Hey, yeah, Iowa brought out, that hey, their sins reached unto the heavens, man. Where he said, where it reaches to the doors of heaven or something like that. You said earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, because hey, that they set up, like you said, they set up their satellites,
Mm-hmm.
and they created this thing called the internet, and then like as we all know, like the internet when it first came out was just had a whole bunch of evil on it,
It
like
was simply
porn
the dark
sites
web.
and yeah, the dark web. They was doing all their evils, man. They trafficking children and all this madness.
Okay.
Trying to send what is that called, rockets to blow up the firmament.
Hmm.
They've been doing all kinds of evil, man.
Yeah, I think it was called.
They think hey, the Lord said gave them boundaries, and and the Lord is saying that pretty much you can't do this, and they're saying, yes, I can.
Hmm.
You know, they trying to defy what the Lord said, man. It is just like in with the Tower of Babel, man. They tried to reach, they tried to build a tower unto the heavens,
Mhm.
and but the Lord stopped them and caused all the nations to speak different in different tongues to where they couldn't understand each other, man. And this is why it's Babylon, because this is the place of confusion, man.
Yeah, to answer your point, you can have freedom of religion. You could be whatever you want to be. It's like this place is just, it's confusion, like you were saying. You can worship any god that you want to. They had a after school class for children called what was it called?
So you say you
After
worship.
school, Satan.
Yeah, after school was saying like, come on, bro, you can
Yeah,
have
but yet
Salaki.
they wanted to say that you couldn't do religion inside school.
Yeah, but you got after school with the devil.
And that's a religion. Satanism is a religion. Hey, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, the rules don't apply unless it involves what he wants. Yeah, I got it.
I'm gonna finish this out in 68, and I'm gonna skip to 17, and that'll probably be it. Uh, Revelations 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, Salakia, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, so they think nothing is gonna happen to them. You know, hey, because current as of currently, I mean, presently, nothing has happened to them yet. A war hasn't touched this soil yet. They tried to fake an attempt. They tried to fake this 9/11 thing, man. But we all know that they staged that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it says reward her double, man. Hey, for all her works, man, because hey, she's the main one that's uh oppressing the earth, man. She's the one causing all this destruction, man, and so they're gonna get that back. All that they've did, they're gonna get everything that they've ever done, every evil deed that they've ever done to anyone. They're gonna get all that back double, and we don't even know what all he's done, man. I
Facts.
mean, this is one wicked person, man. And it's what the punishment that they're gonna get is much deserved, man. Very much deserved. And hey, this is the faith and the patience of the saints to see the fall of our enemy, man. You know, hey, we're gonna be so happy to see this place go down. And so happy to see our Lord Yahushua return and save the nation of Israel.
Simultaneously. She said, let me get that double shot of judgment.
You got more of that?
Hold the mercy.
Facts.
We finally we finally gonna be out of this nonsense, man.
You got more?
Yep. I'm gonna get verse 8, then I'm gonna skip to verse 17.
Okay.
Verse 8. It says, therefore shall her place come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Yep, therefore her plague shall come in one day. You know, the Lord got their judgment wait upon them, and it's set for a specific day and a specific hour. And no man knows it, man. No man knows when that day is coming.
Mm-hmm. And
Hey,
so
but
much
the
so.
Lord is gonna show how powerless they are, man. You know, they're just gonna be instantly destroyed.
Yeah, it was gonna take that 1 hour. The Lord's gonna make a speedy riddance of this damn bitch, this damn whore.
Yep, and that's gonna be through the, as we mentioned, man, the thermonuclear destruction. Via the Lord's missiles.
Yeah. Hey, cause that's the spirit. Cause one of the what did it say? Suffer not a witch to live, and she was the
Yeah,
mother of all harlots. Right? She was the mother of all the abominable witches, man. So what did it say? In the law, you're supposed to burn a harlot with fire.
yeah. Suffer not a witch to live.
Hmm.
What?
So that.
That's crazy. Shalaka. If I may say, I was saying, like, look at the irony. You looking back in the day, the Salem witch trials. You know, the Edomites was burning witches. You know, at the stake. But now look at them. It's going to be them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm gonna quote it real quick. You don't got to pull it. But Leviticus 21:9. It says, "And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father, she shall be burnt with fire." So yeah, that's the thing. She wanted to play the whore, and hey, these other nations squeezed up out of squeezed that whore up out of all her juice. She was used and ran through for her purpose, and now it's that. Now it's time to discard her.
Mm-hmm.
Come, bro.
That was it.
Revelation 18 and 17. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And those the merchants, in the different countries, stand afar off. They're gonna be seeing it, they're gonna be seeing the smoke as well as they're gonna be seeing it, on these news outlets, you know, and they're gonna be hurt because they ain't gonna be no money, there ain't gonna be no money left in this place, you know. And somebody's gonna say something, it sound like I heard something.
Just get that next verse because it goes into it.
Con. Verse 19, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate.
So that 1 hour is going to be the Lord's judgment. Lord's judgment of fire and brimstone that he's going to bring with the ICBM missiles, the other missiles, and his heavenly fire. And yeah, all the other nations that will come through and use her ports or use the docks of America, they're going to be feeling some type of way because they're not going to be getting the riches off this bitch anymore. Can't
Yeah,
use her anymore.
profiting. Yep.
Profiting, yep. But it's going to be short lived because they're not realizing that after that destruction, hey, it's going to be a new sheriff in town. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the elect on
Kind
down.
of. Yeah, we're gonna be, the governing bodies. You know what I'm saying of shit, the whole universe.
Uh,
you know.
Uh, verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Kind of. So we're gonna show, how the world should be ruled in righteousness, man, as opposed to how they're ruling it now in wickedness. You know.
So that's pretty much it. So we're gonna close out. Once again, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Hashem,
Shai,
Yahushai,
Bashem,
Hashem,
Rakakadash.
Hakodash.
Once again, double honor to Apostle as a great millstone. Peace and blessings to all for elect, whoever may be. We're gonna do off by saying Kwame Yasharala,
Calling Yasharala.
Time, yes, right.
Wa Ababa Bar.
Oh,
Soon.
So
Soon.